Welcome to this section 4, the Insert tab. The Insert tab is one of the most important tab in Microsoft Excel. And in this tab, if you need to make your Excel sheet more visual, the Insert tab is where you make your Excel sheet more visual and presentable. So the Insert tab will help you to add charts, tables, pictures, and many more features to your work to make it more visual and presentable. So we are starting with the first one here, table. So in this table group, in the insert ribbon, we'll be explaining the table and the pivot table. This recommended pivot table is almost the same with this pivot table here. So we'll be explaining this pivot table and table. So if you are with me, let's roll it down together. So here now we have an insert table. So this is your table. For you to insert the table, you have to select the area where you want your table to appear. Understand? If this is where I want my table to appear, then I can insert my table. My table spans from A1 to G14. You can see it here. So I click. So I have my table now. Now, what are the data I want to put in my table? So I can start typing in my data inside my table. I have some data prepared here already that we'll be working with. This is another data I prepared that we'll be working with. So assuming I want to use this format, we have date, region, salesperson, product, and sales amount. So I can come here and let me say date, region, sales, product, sales, blah blah. Okay, let's say this is serial number. Let's say this is serial number, and this is date. This is dates. This is salesperson, and so forth and so on. So you arrange all this in that way in your table. So let's use the one we already have here to do this, to practicalize this. So this is a data I've already prepared. So for instance, let me select this. I want to convert it to table. So I've selected it. I'll just click on my table, and bam, it's now in table. You can see the date, the region, salesperson, product, sales amount. So now that is how to convert your table. This is how to convert your table. So the next thing we have here is the pivot table. So what can you do with this pivot table? Let's read the description here. It says that it easily arrange and summarize complex data into a pivot table. So if you can double click a value to see which detail value make up the summarized. Okay, this is what it means here. So this pivot table now will help us to break this table in such a way that we'll understand it better. So let's do that. So if you click on this pivot table, now it will ask us to select a range. Okay, let's just select the range before clicking on the pivot table. Let's select all of them. So click on it, table 5, and I select it. Now here you see pivot table fields. Say choose field to add to report. Now I choose the region. You can see the region have appeared: the east, north, south, west. That's the region. I choose the salesperson to appear. I choose the products. So assuming it's just the region and the sales amount that I want. You can see I have the region east, north, south, west, and sum of sales amount. This is it. Then grand total. This is it here. So pivot table will help you to analyze and um, and do a thorough calculation on your data so that whoever sees the data can understand and be able to interpret the data easily. So let's go back to um, our feed. So that's all for table. Let's go over to the illustration tab. In the illustration tab, we have the first one as picture. We have shapes, icon, and smart art. So if you followed us in our Microsoft Word tutorial, it's the same thing, the same way to insert picture, the same way. It's nothing, no different. So it's still the same way to insert your picture that um, for you to insert picture, just the same thing, no different thing to insert picture. So you can always follow that same method to be able to insert your picture here. So let's just do it. So you click on your picture, you go where you have your picture and click on the picture that you want to use. You bring it in, then you resize it. You can see once I bring the picture, I have uh, my my picture format. So where I have my picture border, my picture effects, my picture layout, bring forward, just the same thing we have and when we are dealing with Microsoft Word. You can see that they remove background, the correction. Remember in Microsoft Word, we treated all these things. So without wasting much of our time, um, this is how to bring the picture. Understand? So let's go to the next thing we have here, which is shapes. This is our shapes, just the same thing, no different thing, just the same. So here now we have our shapes. We have our shape. Let's use this arc. Let's bring this arc in and drop it. So I can use this arc to draw. Have you seen it? Good. Okay, I mixed it, so I can just take this one back to get it. So I just from that yellow this thing, yeah, I have what I want now. I can separate it, or I can separate it also. If I have something like this. So you can use the shape to do so many things. You can use this shape to do so many things, so many things. So you can just bring this one and and draw it. And whichever one you bring, you must see the format. This is drawing format because I'm dealing with shapes. If I'm dealing with picture, you see picture formats. So that is that. So let's move over to the next thing we have in role, which is okay. I have done shapes and icons. Smart art, the same thing. The same thing. The smart art, bring your smart art, whatever you're working on. If you are dealing with if you are dealing with block list, you can use a sample of block list here or any other sample to um, to present your data. You can see we have so many of them here. We have the circle, we have process hierarchy. If what you are with the data you are presenting deal with is a hierarchical data, is a relational data, have relationship here. You can use any of this through your word arts. Then we have to take a screenshot. This is one of the beautiful thing about Excel. You can take a screenshot of what you are doing. Maybe you want it to repeat, or you are trying to demonstrate something. Like now, I can take a screenshot of everything I have in my screen here and still place it back here. So I click on my screenshots. Okay, yeah, click on my screenshots. I take this. This one is on my desktop. So okay. Let me just cancel it and let me take what is on my desktop and bring it down here. So let's do it that way. So I click on screen capture. Good. So I take my desktop, and then I have it here now. So this is my desktop. You understand? This is my desktop. I have my desktop down here now. Everything on my desktop have been captured. Have you seen it? So you can do screen capture here. Maybe you want to use that data, you can do it, or you're working online and you want to take a data from online and put in your work. So you can use this screen capture here and get can use the screen capture here to get that done. Can use it to get that done. Yes, you can use it to get that done. So I can also, okay, with that said, let's remove it and move to the next one, which is the ads. So this ad here is just for you to get um, some additional plugins from the Microsoft Office store. To get some additional plugin from the Microsoft Office store, you can see a sample to transform code data into a code picture. Understand? This one is the Bing Map app, and this one is quickly and easily visualize your data into visual diagram within Excel. So this, you can get more plugin from here. You have to connect online and go to your store and download whichever plugin that will help you to actualize your work. You can get those here. Let's move over to charts. So the fourth one here is charts. The column, line, pie chart, bar chart, areas chart, scatter art charts, recommended charts. Okay, you have to pay more attention here. Yes, you have to pay more attention here. Now, let's use our table to demonstrate this. So we'll come to this chart. You can choose any of these charts, and I already have my table selected. So I already have my table selected. You can choose any of the charts. Yes, you can choose any of these charts for your work. But assuming you don't know the perfect charts for the data you are trying to plot or the data you are working on, now you can use this recommended charts. So let's read the description. It said, wants us to recommend a good chart to showcase your data. Select data in your worksheet and click this button to get a customized set of charts that we think will fit best with your data. So if you don't know the perfect chart to use for your data, you can use this recommended. Select your data and use this recommended. So let's see what it will give us. Now it gave us uh, this line chart, gave us this clustered column, and okay, line chart and clustered column. That's the two that it gave us. So you now choose the one that you like. You can say sum of sales amount by salesperson. Have you seen it? So it will do all this thing for you. So I want to use this one. So let's use this. Let's use this and select it. So we have it now. Have you seen it? So this is it. Now in east we have 2000 2001. Have you seen it? The value 2001, the row east. So in the east we have 2001 represented here, and in the north we have 1800. In the south we have one 1008 too, and in the west we have 2400, which is the highest here. Understand? So you can see the region here. You have the region. We have all the region here, and you can also sort them. I taught you how to sort from A to Z and from Z to A. So, but our data is okay this way. So let's leave it this way. It's okay like this. So that is that. That is that. This is how to do it. Then there is which other thing here? Okay, so that is that. Then there's something we mixed in our pivot table. Yes, yes. There's something I didn't touch when we are dealing with our pivot table. Okay, okay, yes, I concluded that in pivot table. Yes, yes, I did that in a pivot table. Yeah. Okay. So that is that. This is it. You can see our data is very presentable now. You can be able to say in the east we have 2000 hundreds 2001, and in the north we have 18 of cells. So with this now, we can visualize our data and give a better and good interpretation of the data we have here now. So let's go to the next group, which is okay, that is it. So anyone you want to use here, you can use even this pivot chart, you can use it, can use any of this data here. Let's go over to our Tor. Just the Tor is just 3D 3D map Tor, so there's not much in there. Let's go over to our sparkling So in this sparklings, what we have here is in this sparklings, which is number 5, we have tiny insert chart. So sparkling will help you to present this your data in a single row or column. You understand? Instead of visualizing it this way, it will put it in a single row or column. So there's some work you need to do, that you need to do something like that. But before then, you have to select which one you want to work on. You want to select the one you want to work with. So with that being said, let's see how it's being done. So now I want to select this here, and let me use column here. I have it here. Then it said choose the data that you want. I have chosen the data that I want. I choose E2 to E9. That's what I choose. Now you say choose where you want the sparkling to be placed, the range. So the range I want it to place in this G. So I said G2 to G9 should be placed in from G2 to G9. So I have it now, and this is my styles. This is sparkle. I've placed it, and this represents this data that I have here now. This represents these data that I have here. So that's just the way the sparkles work. So let's move over to filters. So in the filters, the slicer and timetable also work with this our table here, and I will show you how it's being done. In the slicer, let's read the description. It says use a slicer to filter data visually. So slicer makes it faster and easier to filter tables, pivot charts, and cube functions. So For us to filter this table, we can use our slicer. Now, what is our timeline doing? Use a timeline to filter dates interactively. Understand? So now let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. You say timeline makes it um, faster and easier to select time periods in order to filter pivot tables, pivot charts, and cube functions. So let's do that. For you to use the slicer, you can see it said connection, no connection found because I didn't select anything. So now let me select my table and I come to slicer. Now you're asking me which one do I want? Okay, let me say I want cells. I click OK. I can select more, but let me use only cells. I click OK. Let me see what happens here. I can see it. Sorry, salespersons. By salespersons are Anne, John, Mary, and Peter. Understand? They are my salesperson here. So let's say, let me select region and product. Let's see, I have my region, my product to be laptop, phone, and tablets. That's what I have here. So all these things I have here are just laptops, phones, laptop, phone, and tablets. So my region is east, north, south, and so this will help you to analyze my salesperson. These are my salesperson, and these are my products that I have. You can see them. So that's what this filter will help you do, the slicer. So let's check the time. What can we achieve with this uh, timeline? Let's select our this thing and go to our timeline. So why? Let's select from here. So the timeline now. Let's work with the timeline. What is happening? What is happening? I don't know why, but okay. I think the timeline have to do with um, this pivot. Yes, is the pivot. This thing that have to do with. So go to the yeah. Click on the dates. And so just when you come to this where we have the pivot sample, so let me remove because we have the region only. Let me just present the region. If you want the cells, this is the cells in our pivot. So let me just leave only the region and the cells amount. Good. So you come to the timer, you select the dates, click OK, so that it will present the data for the date for you. So let's go back to the date and see what we have there. We have that is okay, just three. These are the same, these are the same, these are this. Okay, four different formats there. So when we come here, we have the all periods. Okay, you can change the quarter. You can see the first quarter. You have quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Year we have 2024, and the months these are the months we have in 2024, and the active one here now is July. And we have days. These are the days we have in the calendar. So this way you can use your slicer for um, presenting the data in the presenting filter for the data this way here, as we have the region, salespersons, and product. Then the timeline works with the pivot table. So to present a graphical representation of the dates, that is the day, months, and the year. So that is that. Let's move over to um, the next. The next we have here is links. So the hyperlink is just for you to connect to websites and documents. So there's not much thing there, just to connect to websites and documents. Then look at text. In Microsoft Word, we discuss the text box and the features of the text box. So it's not different in Excel, it's still the same thing in Excel. The same way it's being used in Microsoft Word, that's the same way you can use it in Excel. The word art, we have explained the word art earlier. Okay, that was SmartArt explained. So the word art, just the same with Microsoft Word, just the same thing. These are just you select the word art and I use it to format your data. I use it in formatting your data. Adding signature. Yeah, you can start signature just the same in the Microsoft Word also. If you have account, you can start the signature and in your work. Header and footer. The same way I explained Microsoft Word, you can add your header and footer. But let's see how it goes here. I have clicked on my header. You can see here add a header. So I can add a header. I can say sales reports. I can say sales reports. Let's go to the footer and just add 2025. Understand? So we have our head and have our footer now. So just the same thing here. 20, you can see have reflected here. So we have our header and our footer now. So that is done. So let's go over to uh, our this thing. I have our header and footer in our chart now. So as you can see here, we have our header and footer. So the next thing we have here is symbols and special characters and equation. So just this is your symbol. You choose the symbol, naira sign, dollar sign, and other symbols. So if there's a particular character you are looking for, you couldn't find it, you can come here and select and search for it. Same thing here. So this is your equation. This one is for equation. You come for equation and you click and you can see professional linear equation, normal test, ink equation, You can see all the equation signs, fractions, script, radical, integral, large operation. And all of them have a drop down arrow for integral. It have its own formulas for radical, for script, have its own formula for fraction, have its own formula, brackets, functions, accents, logs. You can see logs, min, max, operators. So all mathematical functions you can use for your equation. You have all of them here depending on what you are working on, depending on the data you are working on. So you have all these things here built in Microsoft Excel. So it depends on whatever you're working on, you can use it to achieve your end results. So tab, in this insert tab ribbon, we have so many functions here for you to use um, and get your work done. It's just mainly for visualization. You can see I'll be able to visualize my table. I just have table here before. I turn it in. I just have the data here before, but I turn it into table by clicking on selecting and clicking on my table. Then I have to use the sparkle and use this column to have this for my sales amount. Then I have to use the filter, the slicer, to have my region, to know how many region I have here. I have east, north, west. But looking at here, you can see they are all scattered, north, east, blah blah blah. So, but here now we have them arranged, and we have the salesperson. If you look at this without looking very well, you may think we have 9 different or 8 different persons, salespersons here. But with this analysis here, you can see that we just have four salespersons here. Then our product, you can think if you do not look, we may think we have many products that we are selling. But with this product analysis here, with our slicer, you can see that we just have 3 products, which is laptop, phone, and tablet. And if you check it here now, we have those laptop, phone, tablet, laptop, phone, tablet, laptop. So that is it. And you can rearrange this by sorting it to um, sort smallest to the largest. Yes, let's sort it from smallest to the largest. Now we have it. It's being rearranged. So we have join 600, 700, 800, and the largest, which is 1500. So you can do so many things with this data to make it the way you want it, or to fit your test and the standard of your organization. So with this being said, we'll be moving over to the next section, where we'll be talking about the page layout tab and all the groups in the page layout ribbon. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell.